Today we will discuss verse 25 and 24 and 25. And before going to 24 and 25, let's see what we discussed in 23. So please sing with me. योत्स्यमानानवेक्षेऽहं यायतेऽत्र समागतः धार्तराष्ट्रस्य दुर्बुद्धेर्युद्धे प्रिया चिकीर्षवः. So let's do the revision through quiz. Yes. So, dear Matajis, please tell me, according to Arjuna, who were the people he wanted to see assembled on the battlefield? It's very easy. Who were the people he wanted to see assembled on the battlefield?
Well, first he wanted to see everybody, and then in verse 23, he specifically wants to see those serving on the side of Dhritarashtra.
Why did Arjuna specifically want to identify Duryodhana's supporters, which were at the side of Duryodhana? Yunis Mataji, your turn. Oh, she's freezed. Okay. You tell her.
No.
She will come. She will come. Her network problem is there. Okay. Is it
Yes,
difficult?
he wanted to know the size and the might of the army.
Okay. Also, he wanted to see that Duryodhana, who is Durbuddhir, who is foolish, unintelligent, and my own loved ones, my grandfather, my master, my uncle, my friends, they are also, for the sake of pleasing Duryodhana, they are also supporting him. So he wanted to identify them. Okay. What does Arjuna's request reveal about his state of mind before the battlefield? So, did he want to make peace? Did he wanted to make peace that time? Then,
He wasn't sure because they were his relatives. He didn't want to hurt them.
is this what we discussed in our previous class?
Remember, he said,
I'm not looking for general answers. This, I know that. But what we discussed.
that came into it, but
Do you understand the question? What does Arjuna's request? He requested Krishna that, oh Krishna, you please take my chariot between the the armies. So what his request reveal about his state of mind before the battle? So we already, I just spoke it in the previous question that he wanted to see that his loved ones are now his loved ones are standing in the opposing party. So they were their own family, but now they are behaving differently. So definitely, he didn't wanted to make any peace, but it's just he wanted to see. Okay. how does this verse prepare the background for Arjuna's later compassion and grief? Okay, this is something which we didn't discuss. We will discuss this in our verses, that how later his heart will filled with compassion, which is actually not compassion. That would be his false ego. We'll see it. Okay, now let's begin with our discussion. 24. So please sing after me. Now Sanjay will say. Sanjay Uvacha
Sanjay Uvacha
Eva Mukto Rishikesho
Eva Mukto Hṛṣīkeśa
Gudakeshena Bharata
Gudakeshena Bharata
Senayorubhayor Madhye
Senayor Ubayor Mare
Sthapyatva Rathottamam.
Stapetva Radodama.
Okay, next shloka, Eunice Mataji. Bhīṣma Droṇa Pramukhtah Bhīṣma Droṇa Pramukhtah. Okay, she's freezed. Christine Mataji, you sing. Bhīṣma Droṇa Pramukhtah
Bhīṣma Droṇa Pramukhtah
Sarvesham cha Mahikshitam
Sarvesham cha Mahiksitam
Uvacha Partha Pashyetan
Uvacha Partha Pashyatan
Samavetan Kuruniti.
Samavetan Karuniti.
Very interesting verse today. Let's see. Eunice Mataji, I think your network is not good today.
Yeah, the internet is having issues.
Okay. But I hope you can hear me.
Yes.
Okay, let's
Sorry.
see. So, verse 24, Sanjay said, O descendant of Bharat. Who is Bharat here? Can you guess? Sanjay saying. So, who would be Bharata?
Well, Sanjay was talking to
Dhritarashtra.
Yudhishthira.
Dhritarashtra. Yes, good. So, Sanjay will always address Dhritarashtra as Bharata. But Bharata is not name of Dhritarashtra. Bharata means who is residing in Bharata. Bharat means earth. So, or you may say India. So previously, like in earlier times, whole earth was Bharata. There was no America or London or Pakistan or this or that. Whole earth was India, Bharata. So, yes. So Sanjay will always address Dhritarashtra as Bharata, but you will see in later verses, Arjun will also be addressed as Bharata, or Duryodhana will also be addressed as Bharata. So Bharata means the resident of Bharata. Bharata means Prithvi or India, you can say nowadays. Okay, so O descendant of Bharata, having thus been addressed by Arjuna, Lord Kṛṣṇa drew up the fine chariot in the midst of the armies of both parties. So he's telling to Dhritarashtra that first of all he told to Dhritarashtra that what Arjuna said to Krishna, that Krishna, you please take my chariot between the parties, between the armies. So now after Arjuna said this to Krishna. So Krishna, he drew up the fine chariot in the midst of the armies of both parties. In the presence of Bhīṣma, Droṇa, and all the other chieftains of the world, the Lord said, just behold, Partha, all the Kurus assembled here. Now, this verse is very beautiful, but I'm not explaining it here. We will see it through the commentary. So let's dive in the commentary of Srila Baldev Vidyabhushan. Sanjay then speaks describing what happened next. Gudakesha. So you will see on in 24th verse, there is a word Gudakeshena. So Gudakesh is another name of Arjuna. Now here comes an interesting story behind it, why Arjuna is called Gudakeshen. Gudakesh means who has win the victory over the sleep, or one who is the lord of sleep. You can see it's written. So Gudakesh means one who is lord of sleep. Now, how Arjuna is lord of sleep? There are two reasons for it. First reason is because he is a devotee of Krishna. So he is so much absorbed in the thoughts of Krishna that he can even not sleep. And you don't have to wonder on this, because you can see this happening in this material world also. If any boyfriend is so much in love with her girlfriend, so he will not be able to sleep at night because he will always be absorbed in the thoughts of his lover. This happens. One person, he was saying this, that he was not, I mean, he was a devotee. So he said, my master was discussing this in the class. No one said to me. So he said that I was not able to wake up in the morning to chant my rounds. So Prabhuji asked him why. So he said, because I was not able to sleep at night. Then he asked him the reason. So he said, I was thinking about my lover. So this happens that if anyone he is in love with someone, then he or she is so much absorbed in the thoughts of his or her lover that he or she is unable to sleep at night, and this really happened. So now what to say of Arjuna? Arjuna is a pure devotee of Krishna, and also he is a friend of Krishna, and he's always absorbed in the thoughts of Krishna. So if someone is in love with someone, some other person, then this is what happens. And in this material world also, people, they say that they are in love with other person, but that is actually not love. And that person is also not infinitely beautiful or infinitely sweet, or whatever other qualities there are. We cannot say that that person possesses it infinitely. Now just look at Krishna. He is infinitely beautiful, attractive, sweet, and whatever other qualities to which we get attractive. Krishna infinitely possessing it. So, once Duryodhana, he asked Krishna. Duryodhana had a daughter. Do you know the name of her daughter? Have you ever heard, Yunus Mataji? No? Lakshmana. So, yes, his daughter name was Lakshmana, and she married with the son of Krishna. Krishna's son, his name was Sambha. So she got married with him. Now that is another story. So yes, Duryodhana said that, oh, I am your relative. My daughter married to your son. Then also, why don't you love me? In comparison to Arjuna, means he was comparing himself with Arjuna, that you only love Arjuna, and you does not love me as much as you love to Arjuna. So Krishna said, okay, I'll give you the answer of this. So once Arjuna was sleeping, he was actually not sleeping, because sleep is a sign of ignorant. We need to sleep because we feel tired, because we are in this material body. But pure devotees, they are not bound in such ignorant things. So, yeah, he was kind of taking rest. So, while resting, from every part of his body, the sound vibration was coming. Krishna, 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 Krishna. And Krishna that time took Duryodhana when Arjuna was taking rest. So that time, Krishna, 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 like from every part of his body, this sound vibration was coming. So Krishna told Duryodhana, just see to him, see his condition. So yeah, this teaches us pure devotees are always absorbed in the thoughts of Krishna. And once His Holiness Sachinandan Swami Maharaj, when he was a brahmachari, so he was very curious. He was thinking that what do my spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada, do at night? So, he was very curious. So, what he did, he somehow jumped to the balcony of Prabhupada's house to secretly see that what Prabhupada do at night. So, he secretly, watched Prabhupada from his window. And Prabhupada was sitting on the chair and his eyes was closed. And suddenly he opened his eyes, one eye, Prabhupada's one eye, he opened his one eye, and a glance, you know, a different glance was coming from his eyes of Prabhupada. And that time, His Holiness Sachinandan Swami Maharaj, he was he understood that my spiritual master is he's not ordinary, and he's never sleeping. He understood this, that he's never sleeping. And this is very true. Prabhupada was never sleeping throughout the day. You will learn this in Lilamrit. Throughout the day, he was busy in his preaching program, making people chant, building temples, instructing his disciples. He was busy in these things. And at night, he used to write these books for us. He used to dictate on dictaphone. So, whatever books we have of Prabhupada, his disciples made those. Basically, Prabhupada dictated it on dictaphone, and his disciple, transformed his voice in the form of book. So now we have these books. So he was never sleeping. So yes, pure devotees, they are always absorbed in the thoughts of Krishna. And that's why Arjuna is called Gurukṛṣṇa. Another story comes where, once Dronacharya, do you remember who is Dronacharya?
That is the spiritual master.
Yes. Wow, you have learned all the names nicely. Good. So, Dronacharya once he instructed his wife that never feed these boys at night time. Never feed at night time. So he gave this instruction to his wife. I will tell you the reason why. So, he always used to ask his disciples to go at river and fill the water pots. Now, he used to give a clay pot. Do you understand clay pot, matka? No? Okay, let me show you the photo then. It's very easy. So, can you see my screen? The photos? So this is the clay pot where
Yes.
we fill water. And this is called another type of clay pot, which is called surai here in India. So you will see there is a difference between these pots. In this pot, we can easily fill the water, but in this pot, it will take little time, right? So, Dronacharya, he used to give all the Pandavas this pot, which is difficult to fill. I mean, not difficult means it will take time to fill this type of pot. And to his own son, he used to give this easy pot, which can fill very quickly. So, yes, this type of pot he used to give, and he used to instruct that you need to go and fill the water from the river. So, now what was the reason behind it? To his son, he used to give that type of pot so that he may easily fill it and come back to his father, and his father would give him extra knowledge of whatever training he was giving. But Arjuna, because he was expert, so he had some special weapon. From this, he was able to fill his pot, which was time consuming, but then also he used to fill it very quickly, and he also used to go to his master uh, quickly, like his son. Do you remember the name of the son of Dronacharya? Ashwathama. Yes. So, yes, this way. So basically, Arjuna, he was very eager to learn. That's why he used to go very quickly to his master so that he may learn extra knowledge, because he was so much eager to learn more and more. We always have some students in our schools or colleges who always want to study more and more because they want to get good marks, right? So Arjuna was also like that. So once it was night time, and all the Pandavas were eating at night, and you know lamp, that time there was no electricity. They used to do whatever they used to do at night through the lamps, right? Lamps, or I don't know, candles, but yeah, there were lamps. So that time uh, there was the atmosphere was all dark. There was not even, that lamp was also not lighting now. It was not lighting now. The flame goes off. So that time, Bhima, at that time also he was eating, because he is foodie, so he was eating. So when he looked at Bhima, Arjuna, when he looked at Bhima, so a thought came in his mind that if we can eat at night in the darkness, then I can do my practice also at night time. Even if it's dark, I can do my practice. I can practice my training, whatever my master is teaching me. I can practice that in the night as well. So now Arjuna, he gave up his sleep because he was so much absorbed in practicing whatever training he got from his master. That's why also he is known as Gudakesha, because he is the lord of sleep. So we discussed two reasons of why Arjuna is called Gudakesha. So it's very important that we should know these stories, these meanings, and that way we relish scriptures. So yes, it was very amazing. My master was saying this, that we might never got idea about this, that if we do not have electricity at night, so at that time also we may chant if we are not able to sleep because there is no electricity. So we should also have such eagerness to chant more and more to please Krishna. Okay. Arjuna had conquered sleep by complete absorption in remembrance of the beauty and qualities of his close friend. Can you name his close friend? Are you in the class?
Is Sri Krishna?
Yes, Krishna. Christine Mataji, are you in the class?
Yes, yes, Mataji.
Yes, so you should give the answer. So his close friend is Krishna, Bhagwan Shri Krishna. Having been addressed by the greatest devotee Arjuna, Hṛṣīkeśa, master of the senses, Bhagwan, knowing the workings of Arjuna's mind as he is master of the senses, including mind. So, when Krishna asked Arjuna that like whatever Arjuna was doing, Krishna already knew the intentions behind whatever Arjuna said to Krishna, because he is Hṛṣīkeśa. He is knowing, he knows the workings of Arjuna's mind, that how Arjuna is thinking, or whatever he's doing, and he knows the workings of our minds as well, because he's master of the senses, including mind. In fact, mind is one of the senses. Krishna tells this in Bhagavad Gita, that we do not have 5 senses, we have 6, including mind. Impelled by Arjuna, place that most excellent chariot given by Agni. We read this in the previous verses. Between the 2 armies facing Drona and Bhīṣma and all the kings. So definitely, it's not like there were only Drona or Bhīṣma in the party, but prominently Dronacharya and Bhīṣma was visible. That's why his names are mentioned, their names are mentioned in the verse, Dronacharya and Bhīṣma, because they were prominently seen in the party. They were standing in the front, and all the kings. The Lord then spoke, "O Partha, see the Kurus gathered here." Now, this is very beautiful. Have you ever seen a person? He is saying something in a way to, not in a negative way, but he is smiling cleverly, and his intentions are something naughty behind whatever he's speaking. So just like if I give you example, 2 or 3 days before, uh, a neighbor came at our house, and she had a counter. Do you understand counter? Where if we don't have chanting beads, then we can count on the counter. So she
Yes.
was carrying that because she also chants Hare Krishna. So she came, and my mother is also chanting on counter these days. So they were both talking, but I tell her that why don't you chant more? I mean, to my mother. So she said, some discussion was going related to this. So she said, "Oh, I'm so busy. I don't get so much time to chant so many rounds." So I was smiling at her cleverly, and I was saying her, yes, you don't get time. You are so busy. You don't get time so much for so many things. Although she waste like most of her time in unnecessary things, but I was smiling cleverly, because she was also knowing this, uh, that in the way what I'm speaking, I'm kind of joking with her, or kind of taunting her sweetly. So same way Krishna, he is smiling. Krishna always smiles, we know this, because he is supremely blissful. He always smiles. You will never see a tensed Krishna. You will never see tension on Krishna's face. He's supremely blissful. So he was always smiles. So he was smiling cleverly, and he was saying, "Oh Partha, see the Kurus gathered here." Now, definitely, if Partha is Arjuna, Partha means the son of Pritha. Pritha is another name of Mother Kunti. Mother Kunti is the mother of the Pandavas. So Partha means son of Pritha. So Arjuna's another name is Partha. So definitely Parth or Arjuna, he was able to see that Kauravas are standing there, they have gathered there. But then also Krishna, he was smiling and he was saying, "Oh Partha, see, the Kurus gathered here." Another meaning of Krishna saying this is, suppose for an example, I hope you are with me. Are you understanding whatever I'm explaining?
Yeah.
So,
Yes,
suppose
Mataji.
it's an example. Do you know brahmachari? Definitely you know a brahmachari, right?
Yes, Mataji.
Who have decided not to get married and practice celibate. So, suppose a brahmachari, now he was living in his home, but now he wishes to join temple ashram, he wanted to join, and for that he has to leave his family. So suppose to invoke attachment in his heart, in the heart of that brahmachari, someone says, "Oh, you are going, but just look at your mother. She's alone. You are the only child of your mother." So, with these words, attachment will invoke to that brahmachari and it will become difficult for him to leave the house. So, same way when Krishna is saying, when Krishna is speaking these words, so Krishna is creating attachment in Arjuna's heart. Now, Krishna will do this for a reason that we will learn in the verses which are coming forward. So, yes, he's saying, "Oh Partha, see the Kurus gathered here." The use of the words Partha, the son of Pritha, Partha means son of Pritha, and Hṛṣīkeśa, knower of Arjuna's mind, imply the following: because you are the son of my father's sister. Now we discussed this, that Krishna will be addressed with different names for a reason. And same way Arjuna will also be addressed with different names. So when Krishna is addressing Arjuna with the name Partha, so he is trying to create attachment in his heart. That because you are the son of my father's sister, the son of Pritha, I indeed will be with you on the chariot. But just now, you're going to give up your desire to fight. So Krishna is planning this in his mind. He's not saying this to Arjuna, but Krishna is already planning this, that how he will create attachment in Arjuna's heart and he will give up his desire to fight. Because he's Hṛṣīkeśa, since I know everything as Hṛṣīkeśa. So, whatever he will speak or whatever Arjuna will speak, that will go according to Krishna's plan. Now, my master was explaining on this. However, a person is behaving with us. I'm talking about a devotee because, Krishna, whatever happens in devotee's life, it is direct arrangement of Krishna. So, however, opposite person is behaving with us, that is according to Krishna's plan. And after Krishna's plan, there is always a big reason. Whatever Krishna does, there is a big reason behind it. So, yes. So, what is the use of viewing the troops of the enemy? He says this in a joking mood. Note, Agni had requested Varuna to give Arjuna the Gandhiv bow, quiver of inexhaustible arrows, and the chariot marked with Hanuman, when Arjuna undertook to protect Agni from the reign of Indra, when the devoured the when he devoured the Khandva forest in his form as fire. We already discussed this also in our previous verses. So, yeah. So, are you getting this? That whatever Krishna does, whatever is happening in a devotee's life, Krishna's plan is there behind it. So, we should never become disturbed or something like that. Instead, we should try to look that what Krishna is trying to teach me by that incident or whatever situation is happening in my life. If we will, if we will highlight this one point in our life, that whatever is happening in my life, it is according to Krishna's plan. And if we trust his plans, then we will never get agitated or distracted or whatever, negative emotions we feel. Because,
Mataji, I have a question.
yes,
Yeah, sorry. So, I was just wondering about Agni. So,
Dev.
is this a personified
Yes,
of the fire?
yes.
So
Demigod,
not.
demigod of
Uh,
fire, Agni Dev.
mhm.
Good.
So how was he having that communication? So like Agni, I thought it was like a quality like fire. But here is like a person.
Here, if it's mentioned Agni, so Agni had requested, so how a fire will say something? Definitely Agni Dev or demigod of Agni will say something. He will have to say something. So that's why Agni is Agni Deva, demigod of the fire. So basically, in this note, it is mentioned that how, Arjuna is also known as Gandhiv Dhari. Gandhiv is the name of his bow, of his, weapon that he has. So, yes, like that, he got that Gandhiv bow. And he also got the chariot marked with Hanuman. So, yes, like that. Now let's see the purport. In this verse, Arjuna is referred to as Gurukṛṣṇa. Guraka means sleep, and one who conquers sleep is called Gurukṛṣṇa. Sleep also means ignorance. Ignorance means agyan. Agyan means lack of knowledge. Now, let's understand that how sleep means lack of knowledge. So just like when we sleep, Christine Mataji, are you making notes? You're on mute.
Yes, Mataji, I'm sorry. I can do it later.
Yes, please try to hear attentively. If you hear, so you will learn automatically. So what I was saying that when we sleep, so we are not at all aware of what we were in our real life. Are you following this? When you fall asleep, you completely forget that you were a girl or those were your family members. You have that profession, or you fight it with someone, or you had that meal, or you had that party. You forget everything when you sleep. So when we sleep, we are completely in ignorant mode, means no knowledge at all about our uh, real life. Real life means whatever we do in our daily life. So same way, when we okay, let's read this, then I'll explain later. So Arjuna conquered both sleep and ignorance because of his friendship with Krishna. So definitely he conquered the sleep. We discussed two stories how. And he also conquered his ignorance, lack of knowledge. How? Because when he- we understand that he is what is the relationship of Arjuna with Krishna?
Friends.
Friends. So he is realizing it. And what is our relationship with Krishna? We don't know it. Definitely, we are hearing it, from scriptures that Krishna is our Lord, we are his eternal servants, but we are not realizing it. But he conquered ignorance because he's actually realizing it that he is very friend of Krishna. So this is how we are in ignorance, that we do not know our own identity, our constitutional state, or our relationship with Krishna. So Arjuna conquered both sleep and ignorance because of his friendship with Krishna. As a great devotee of Krishna, he could not forget Krishna even for a moment. When we hear such stories or such things, then such desires invoke in our hearts too. That, oh, when will that day come when I will also not forget Krishna even for a moment? I will remember Krishna always. And when we will be in such state, then there will be no scope of any misery or any pain, any suffering, nothing. Even you can realize this right now also. Whenever you are in remembrance to Krishna, whenever you are remembering Krishna, whenever you are in connection to Krishna, at that moment you are happy. But as soon as you are doing something else which is not in relation to Krishna, we are not happy at that moment. Or even if we are, experiencing any kind of happiness, that is false or temporary happiness, which is not happiness actually. So, this is the state of a real devotee, that he could not forget Krishna even for a moment. That's why it is necessary that we should read such texts so that such desires invoke in our heart also. And when such desires come in our heart, Krishna manifests it. That's why it's important that we read such texts. Because that is the nature of a devotee. Either in waking or in sleep, either in waking or in sleep, a devotee of the Lord can never be free from thinking of Krishna's name, form, qualities, and pastimes. So we already discussed the story that how Arjuna, from his complete body, the sound vibration was emanating Krishna, 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 Krishna. And at that state, a devotee is in complete bliss, complete ecstasy. We cannot even imagine what kind of ecstasy, what kind of happiness is that. Devotee experiences such infinite happiness. And you know what? Lord Chaitanya himself came to experience such happiness. One should know this, it's mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam that a devotee of a, a devotee of the Lord experiences more happiness than Lord while serving the Lord. And that's why Lord Chaitanya, he came as a devotee of Krishna. He is also demonstrating how we should serve Krishna, and he came in an incarnation of a devotee. That's why you will see many people in India, they do not know Lord Chaitanya is God. He is Krishna himself. They think he was a great saint who was a great devotee of Krishna. Definitely, because he came in such incarnation. This is called Chand avatar. Chand means which is hidden. In other incarnations, Krishna, he prominently show his opulences, his potencies. But Lord Chaitanya, he was not prominently showing his potency as Lord. He was absorbed in serving Krishna as a devotee. So he was basically demonstrating, Krishna in Bhagavad Gita saying, "You come, take my shelter, serve me." And later, he himself came as Lord Chaitanya to teach us that how you should surrender to Krishna, how you should serve Krishna. So, yes, a devotee experiences infinite happiness, and that happiness is, that bliss is more than what Krishna experiences. So, it's very nice to be a devotee, and yes. So, yes, either in sleep or in waking, a devotee of the Lord can never be free from thinking of Krishna. Thus, a devotee of Krishna can conquer both sleep and ignorance simply by thinking of Krishna constantly. So, Krishna consciousness, the goal of Krishna consciousness is to become mad for Krishna. Just like a lover becomes mad for his or her lover, but that is not love, or that is not real madness. Real madness comes when we become mad for Krishna. So, yes, and that comes simply by thinking of Krishna constantly. And thinking of constantly in different ways, when you are doing deity worship, so in that you are thinking that how you can decorate Krishna nicely. When you're offering flowers to Krishna, so that time you're thinking that, oh, what kind of flower I should choose for Krishna, what kind of colors or fragrance. So different in different ways. If you're singing for Krishna, so that time you're singing, oh, in what melody I should sing for Krishna. If you're reading about Krishna, then, oh, about what pastime I should read about Krishna, what pastime I should read about Krishna. So this what it means, thinking of Krishna constantly in different ways. This is called Krishna consciousness or samadhi. So samadhi is not you're sitting like this and you're thinking nothing, or you're thinking zero, or you're thinking silence. No, samadhi is not this. Real samadhi is you're absorbed in thoughts about Krishna. That way we experience real happiness. As Hṛṣīkeśa, or the director of the senses and mind of every living entity, Krishna could understand Arjuna's purpose in placing the chariot in the midst of the armies. Thus, he did so and spoke as follows. Okay, now we will also read the purport 25. As the super soul of all living entities, Lord Krishna could understand what was going in the mind of Arjuna. The use of the word Hṛṣīkeśa in this connection indicates that he knew everything. But it's just he does not know about us, or he does not know about what's going in our life. Or even if he knows what's going in our life, then maybe he's not potent enough to solve our problems, what's going in our life. Or maybe, he may ask for some other god for help to solve our problems. You might be understanding in what direction I'm going. Please try to understand this. He know everything. He is conscious. His Holiness Sachinandan Swami Maharaj says, Krishna is conscious. He is supremely conscious. He is conscious than you. Than us. Means he is very sensitive. He is supremely conscious. He knows everything. He knows with what situation we are going. He knows about our consciousness, and he knows our efforts that we are putting to please him. He knows everything. So he makes arrangements in our life in a way which may take us closer to him. The only purpose of Krishna is to take us closer to him. He's waiting for us from billions and millions of lifetimes, basically eternal time, that we come to him. And now, when we have turned ourselves towards him, so whatever he is, whatever is happening in our life, he's doing it in a way which may take us closer to him. So externally, situations may, we may think that situations are not in my favor, or, I'm a very nice devotee, but people, they behave very bad with me, or whatever things. But no, it's for our own purification. And please understand, this happens with everyone. Prabhupada says this himself, that when a person, when he is not Krishna conscious, then there is no problem. But as soon as he has started serving Krishna, so Maya will send her representatives to test him or her. Because from eternal time, we have been doing nonsense things which were not pleasing to Krishna. And now we are becoming nice. Suddenly we are becoming nice. We are dedicating our hours to listen about Krishna or chant his holy names. So Maya sends her representatives to test us. And she chooses our loved ones, our close ones, our family members, or our relatives as her representatives to take our test. So be ready. It's not going to be easy. I'm not making anyone afraid, but please try to understand, if you stay quiet, if you do not react and you just move on, then you will yourself see how things will become easy. And later you will realize, oh, it was very easy. I was getting troubled for no reason. It was so easy. You will see this. Every moment when we are serving Krishna, we are progressing. We are not going backward. Each day we are progressing with a great speed, because everything related to Krishna is supremely potent. So he knows everything. And the word Partha meaning the son of Pritha or Kunti, is also similarly significant in reference to Arjuna. As a friend, he wanted to inform Arjuna that because Arjuna was the son of Pritha, the sister of his own father Vasudeva, he had agreed to be the charioteer of Arjuna. Now, what did Krishna mean when he told Arjuna to behold the Kurus? Did Arjuna want to stop there and not fight? Krishna never expected such things from the son of his aunt Pritha. The mind of Arjuna was thus predicted by the Lord in friendly joking. So please try to understand. We discussed today that Krishna, whatever will happen here, that would be according to Krishna's plan. But whatever will happen, that will happen to give us a very strong message. Now, every verse which we will read, that will have a strong message for us, because these situations are the situations of our own lives. So, yes, 2 minutes more. See, it's written here. Krishna never expected such things from the son of his aunt Pritha. Which things? Did Arjuna want to stop there and not fight because of his false attachment? So, okay, we will discuss it later. Basically, bottom line is our only relationship is with Krishna because we are spiritual souls. We are not this body. And whatever relationship we have in this world is the relationship of this body, which we are not. But then also you will see because of false attachment, just like we'll see in the case of Arjuna. He will think that, oh, those are my beloveds, that is my grandfather, that is my master. How can I fight with them? But okay, I don't want to reveal it. We will learn it in our next verses only. So in today's verse, we saw that how whatever will happen, Krishna will direct it to give us the lesson. So yes. So we saw that how Sanjay said to Dhritarashtra that after Arjuna told to Krishna that you please take my chariot between the armies, he took it, and there they saw the people in the armies of Duryodhana, prominently Bhīṣma and Droṇa with all the kings. So after doing this, Krishna asked Arjuna that just behold Partha, all the Kurus assembled here. So basically he told Arjuna that just look at the Kurus, they are standing there. So like that. Okay, with this we have completed finally our both verses, and we will conclude our session here. Christine Mataji, why you look so serious today? Was it, too complicated to understand the things today? I tried to share lots of stories today to make it easy. What happened?
No,
Yep.
I'll message you about it. I'm sorry, Mataji.
Okay. So do you wish to share something about today's class, or you want to add, you want to ask? Please go ahead if there's something. No? Eunice Mataji, you?
Just a question. So here it mentioned how Krishna consciousness is samadhi, and you were telling us of how Lord Chaitanya, he was as to show us how he's a great devotee, and so I understand he was like in ecstasy sometimes, and this is called the prema, the supreme love for the Lord. Is prema more ecstatic and samadhi like a bliss that is peaceful, or how would you
Samadhi means he is completely absorbed in the thoughts of Krishna, and he is not thinking anything material. Means completely forgetfulness of this material world and complete absorption in the thoughts of Krishna. That is samadhi.
But it's like a calm and peaceful. Or is it also like if you are in kirtan and you're glorifying and you're ecstatic?
Yes, that is also samadhi.
Ah, okay.
Yes. Because see, whenever you have completely forget about whatever happening in this material world, you have completely forget about the worldly matters, you're completely thinking about Krishna. Even sometimes this happens with us also. We heard something from scriptures, and later, even while working something, we are doing something, we suddenly remember of what we heard in a particular lecture or class, and we smile at that time. This happens, this happens many times. So that is samadhi, because even you are doing something, but you are that time also thinking about Krishna. So you're not thinking about this world. This is samadhi. So right now also we have not, we are not that, uh, we have not done so much bhakti, but then also we are able to experience such moments. Krishna, he gives such taste of his bhakti, because when a devotee will experience such taste in bhakti, then only he will look forward to serve more to Krishna. If Krishna will not reciprocate at all, and if he's indifferent, and we are not experiencing any taste in bhakti, only dryness, so for how long we'll be able to continue it? So Krishna gives taste. So yes, he is very tasty God. He always gives taste of bhakti. So yes, this is samadhi. Oh, she's freezed.
Am I frozen?
No, you are not frozen. Oh, she has gone. Okay, so we will,
Oh,
we will conclude our session here now, because time is up. I need to go. My mother will call me. Okay, we'll stop. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai,
Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai.
Jai,
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.